Good morning, everyone. I am Smith Savio Gomez, and these are my classmates.
And Ahmed.
And we are from 10th batch of BBA. So, we are here on the stage to do our presentation on the human resource aspect of an business or organization, specifically an office of Robi. We were tasked to interview an HR employee of Robi for us to find out the activities and duties of him in the organization. Relating to our topic, which is fundamentals of HRM, we are doing this presentation. So let me give you a brief rundown on what we are going to talk about and how we have structured our presentation. First, I'm going to give you a brief idea about the interviewer, which is who we have asked the questions, and some points about Robi. Then my mates will talk about the units or metrics, how they count the activities. For example, employee count, recruiting, training and development, reporting. And my other mate will talk about worker safety, duties, salary benefits, appraisal, laying off, opportunities, and then we're going to conclude and you're going to have a time to ask us questions. So I would like to introduce Mr. Mohammad Arifin Choudhury. He is the person who we have asked the questions, and he works at Robi. I do apologize for not having the group photo together because we weren't able to have a face-to-face conversation. He is working at Robi at Gulshan office. He has completed BBA from Dhaka University. He is very young, still just graduated, and he is working as a graduate trainee in the office. We asked him some personal questions such as what are the challenges and what do you like about working at Robi, and he answered the challenges would be adapting to new changes in the dynamic industry. So there are a lot of factors that affect the company and the industry, and which may affect how the employees respond. And he likes about the company would be he admires the free transport, the free food, the free facilities, and especially the free service from Robi, like free calls and data packs. Talking about Robi, it started in 1997 as Actel, you might know. It was rebranded in 2010 as Robi. Robi bought Actel and the Robi name came. It holds around 30% of the market share in Bangladesh, just below Grameenphone, which has 45%. This is the office our Mr. Arifin works at, which is at Gulshan. I would like to introduce my mates to talk about the next points.
Now I'm going to talk about their employment rotation each year. So currently they have around 1,300 employees, and each year around 200 employees leave Robi and new 200 employees are hired. And about the recruitment process, they mostly post their job vacancies on different social medias or on different platforms. They even hire if from reference from someone they know. And about campus recruitment, they go to different universities, do seminars, and those who will graduate now, so they give them an offer to work for Robi, and that falls under campus recruitment. The cost for recruiting is highly variable because it depends on the process they choose for hiring employees. Then before hiring or recruiting the employees, the new candidates are given different assessments or tasks, and they have to go through multiple interviews before they're chosen to be a part of Robi. Then comes the training and development, such as orientation. The candidate have to be there for all day with other employees who are permanent employees of Robi and see how they work and observe their work so that they can do better and understand their job. Then comes the training type. The candidates are given training based on risks, such as in case if there is any fire outbreak, then how they will handle that situation, or any important meeting, if there is any mistake or anything, how they will handle their clients properly. Then comes probation. Probation is given to every employee when they're hired for 3 months, which can be even extended to 6 months to see if the employee is perfectly fit for the company or not, and if he can meet the expectation the Robi is expecting from them. After this, Robi expects all the new employees to fulfill their expectations so that they can achieve their goals. Then comes the reporting direction. So Robi has flat reporting structure. Each employee have to report to their manager only. So the communication is very much clear and understandable because everyone is directly talking to the manager. So if there is any mistake or if there is any mistake, the manager sees and tries to solve it personally. And if there is any conflict between employees, then the manager tries to find out that who is at fault and takes action accordingly so that no one is accused falsely. Now I would like to ask my other member to talk more about Robi.
Now I'd like to talk about the other slides, starting with safe working environment. So as we all know that having a safe working environment is very important because that is one of the most vital things in any organization. So what Robi does is basically when they hire someone, they train everyone in case if there's any fire so that they know where the fire exit is, how they can use the fire extinguisher just to be safe because you never know, any situation might come up at any time. Then they also make sure that all the floors are cleaned every day, and also they introduced something very different, which was mask task during the COVID. At first they were doing work from home, but when they finally went to office, they had to wear masks at all time. Now coming to the corporate social responsibility, so Robi actively takes part in a lot of programs which are related to education, digital enhancement and connectivity. If we go back to 2019, so Robi did something very unique, which was in 2019 they came up with a unique initiative which was serving the serving kids with unprivileged kids with iftar, and it was done with a digital vending machine. So that concept was very new at that time. So they were introducing the children to the technology of that time, and most importantly what they had to do was the kids had to scan their fingerprint on the vending machine to get their food, and also the customers were also a part of such a great initiative which they had introduced at that time, which was you had to recharge a certain amount which would directly go for this special event. Now coming to the salary and benefits, so Robi has a band-wise salary range, which means they have categorically distributed the salary range for every department. For example, if someone's superior, then they get a higher salary, and on the other hand, those who are working at a lower level, they get salaries accordingly, and they did not give out the information of the exact amount since those are confidential information. Now coming to the benefits, so we have listed down few benefits. However, they have many more benefits for the employees, starting with medical insurance. So Robi gives a medical insurance of 15,000 BDT for every employee for medical purposes. If you have to buy any medicine or anything, but you definitely need to show proper slips to justify. And also you get a medical insurance of BDT 1 lakh plus if you're hospitalized for any reason. Now coming to subsidized food, so they sell food at a very low price for the employees, those who are working there, so that is a great benefit for them. Then comes free gym and swimming pool, so they have free access to gym and also the swimming pool, they do not have to pay for it. Then comes free transport and transport reimbursement. So they have transportation for different areas, so the employees can take the transportation so that they do not have to spend on the transportation. And the transport reimbursement is basically for the ones, those who are at a senior position. So for example, if they have their own transportation, they're paid for the fuel or any other purposes for the transport. Now coming to talk time and data packs. So Robi provides talk time really good deals for the employees working there, so which usually the customers don't get or someone else wouldn't get, which they're getting. Now coming to appraisal and incentives. So the appraisals are based on their performance and also their behavior. So the performance is basically if you are doing what they expect, if you're reaching your goal on time, how long it's taking, and if you're doing better than before. And when it comes to behavioral parameters, so if you're ethical and if you have the teamwork spirit and if you are a leader, so they make sure to notice everything properly when they're going for appraisal. Now coming to bonuses, they have two bonuses mainly, which are for both of the EATs, and one for the annual performance bonus. So they have a rating system. The better your rating is, the more annual performance bonus you get. So it depends from employees to employees. So that is also one thing which motivates the employees to do better. The better they do, the more bonus they get. And lastly, the sales employee get a target-based incentive. So the more sales they can bring, the more incentive they are going to get. Now coming to layoffs and paid leaves. So non-compliant activities are the major reason for exiting employees. So what do we mean by non-compliant? Basically, if someone's not ethical, if they're found to do something which is not justified, which the company doesn't support, then they will be asked to leave immediately. For example, if someone is harassing someone, that would be something which they will not appreciate. And existing employees usually enjoy a 26-day leave in a year, and for medical reasons, you can take 14 days leave. And advancement opportunities and desired personalities. So as we know, Robi does go for campus recruitment, which means they are looking for freshers, they're looking for new minds who can bring something different to the table. So they always want performers who are very unique, and they have their own innovation. So they seek for innovative and agile traits in an employee, because they want their employee to adapt to new changes, since they're working in such a field where new changes is always needed. So they want someone who can always come up with something new and also adapt to the new changes. Thank you. Now I would like Sabio to conclude the slides.
Hello once again. I would like to conclude our presentation that we did today. So basically, we spoke about what HR employee has to do in an organization. There are a lot of stuff that he has to manage and make sure that it is working all right, because he's working with a lot of employees, which is a lot of minds to manipulate. That is about it for us. Any questions? All good? Thank you for your attention.
Okay, আপনাদের presentation নিয়ে কিছু observation. First of all, Gomez. Presentation was really good, the content was really good, informative content, and যতটুকু, of course you tried as much as information possible to get from him, right? So ওটা ইনফরমেশনের পার্টে সমস্যা ছিল না, প্রবলেমটা এরকম হয়েছে স্লাইড আমি ইউজ করি পড়ানোর সময়, রাইট? আমি কি কখনো এভাবে করে পড়াই? নো। আপনাদের দুজনের সেম সমস্যা, গোমেজ অ্যান্ড তাহমিদ। আপনারা যখন প্রেজেন্টেশন দিয়েছেন তখন আপনাদের বডিটা কাইন্ড অফ এরকম ছিল, ঠিক আছে, which was a bad approach. So from next time যখন প্রেজেন্টেশন দিবেন বডি যেন স্ট্রেট থাকে টুয়ার্ডস দ্য অডিয়েন্স, ব্যাক শো করা যাবে না, ওকে, ফ্রন্ট শো করতে হবে। সো এটা একটা প্রবলেম ছিল। অ্যান্ড আই কন্ট্যাক্টটা সবার সাথে ছিল না, আমার সাথে ছিল, ক্যামেরার সাথে ছিল, বাট নট টু এভরিওয়ান, ওকে। অ্যান্ড তাহমিদের একটা জিনিস ছিল সেটা হচ্ছে যে আপনার হাত হচ্ছে পকেটে ছিল, অ্যান্ড ইউ আর টকিং লাইক দিস, ইনফর্মাল, পকেটে হাত থাকা যাবে না, দিস ইজ এন ইনফর্মাল অ্যাপ্রোচ, ওকে। অ্যান্ড জেরিন, আপনার বডি পস্টার ঠিক ছিল, পুরোপুরি আপনি ওইভাবে বাঁকা হয়ে বলেননি, সো দ্যাট ওয়াজ গুড। ফ্লুয়েন্সি ওয়াজ রিয়েলি গুড, কন্টেন্ট বেসড also good. Eye contact, it can be improved, okay, because it was only you are only contacting eye contact with me and the camera as well, বাকিদের সাথে হয়নি, সো এখানে জাস্ট স্টিক টু অবজারভেশন, সো দ্যাট ক্যান বি অ্যাপ্রুভড। বাট এটা ইমপ্রুভমেন্ট বাদে বাকি সবগুলোই ইট ওয়াজ গুড, ওকে। সো নাম্বার হচ্ছে আমি বলে দিই, গোমেজ 9.5, তাহমিদ 9, আর জিরিন 10, ওকে। আজকে যেহেতু আমাদের প্রেজেন্টেশন একজনেরই, আমি ফাইনালের কিছু কন্টেন্ট নিয়ে আজকে ডিসকাস করে ফেলি, ওকে, অ্যাজ উই হ্যাভ টাইম।